And breaking news coming in, bullets have been fired on the Sunday Independent editor Steve Motale's car. There are reports that 5 bullets hit the car. Mr. Motale is reported to be safe. Motale's friend Kenny Kunene was driving the car. Motale and Kenny Kunene had changed the cars and both of them are said to be fine. Now, joining me on the phone line for more on this story is Mr. Kenny Kunene himself. He is a businessman. Very good evening to you, Mr. Kunene. First of all, we're all just very pleased that you are okay and that you're safe. Can you share with us what happened?
Ma'am, we left the office. We're at my office with my friend, Mr. Motale. We're supposed to drive in one car, but then we decided, the bodyguard said no, they will drive with him. And I needed to go somewhere, so I jumped in the car of my friend who came to see me for something else. So I said, man, can we rush quickly somewhere? So we drove in one series 125, and we went. I could see there was a car following us, but I didn't think so because of the lights. We went to where I was going around Houghton area. On my way back, as we are on Scott Street, going on to Collett Drive, we didn't even waste time where I was going. An SUV, white one, got it. It tried to press me to hit the pavement. I hit the brakes. They passed me. As they stopped in front of me, they opened the doors, took out the guns, cocked their guns, and I was facing death. And I just put the car on reverse, and I reversed. They started shooting at the car. If you look at the left side, the car is riddled with 5 bullets. One it was stopped by this hurting of the windscreen. But they were shooting at us. At the scene, we saw about 11, 12 castings that are at the scene. The cops came. They were at the scene. They did not even take one casing. They all came there and they left. They didn't even try to find out where we were. Only the security guys, because I made a U-turn and I drove into the neighborhood. I saw a security house. We parked there. He opened. We told him we had been shot at. He opened the gate of the complex. Some lady there opened a flat for us. He called the security and they called the cops. But unfortunately, they never even came to us. We are at the police station now.
Mr. Kunene, once again, we're just really glad that you and Mr. Motale are safe. Do you have any suspects in mind? What could possibly be the motive behind this attack?
We don't know. I don't know. But this was certainly a hit. You know, this was certainly a hit. These guys were paying for our blood. They were paying for our blood.
And you say currently you are at the police station as we speak?
I'm at Brimley Police Station.
What action have the police taken so far with regards to trying to establish what has happened?
They went to the scene. I was not at the scene when they arrived there. And the Metro cops came to us. Security guys were with us, the patrol security in the area. And the Metro cops came. They also asked us what happened. They left. As I'm speaking, I'm from the scene. And the casings are still there. There's no cop. They didn't even take one casing there. But they can see they are lying there. The patrolling security company saw them. They said, guys, here are the casings. They showed them.
Mr. Kunene, I have to ask you this. Do you think possibly it has anything to do with Mr. Motale's case, with obviously the Sunday Independent paper and the leak of the emails? Mr.
Motale has gotten death threats, and obviously my website also has been writing these things. And as you could have seen, that other newspapers have written about my name with the website, so I can't say it's who. I don't know. I just don't know. But I've never had this situation in my life. I go everywhere, any township, anywhere. I've never had this situation in my life.
I can hear from your voice, Mr. Kunene, obviously a very shocking, traumatizing incident. Were there any witnesses that managed to see what could have possibly happened when this transpired?
The people at the garage could have seen, the people by the flat they could have seen, but they had gunshots. People had gunshots, but the casings are there. They are still lying there. So the cops now at the police station, they say we must go to the scene so that they can also take pictures of the car. So we are going back there.
Mr. Kunene, a few minutes ago you mentioned that the police are perhaps not doing all that they can or what they expected to do with regards to investigating this case. Do you think, again, there's a motive behind this?
No, I'm just saying they were at the scene and they left the casings there. The security guys told us that the cops are there. We drove, the tires of the car are flat. We drove into the nearest neighborhood. So, and we expected the cops to come to us, but nobody came. Then the security guys took us back to the scene. The cops were not there. We thought we'd find them there. But I took pictures and a video of 12 casings that were lying on the ground from 2 different firearms. The security guys say these casings come from 2 different firearms.
Mr. Kunene, are you with Mr. Motale right now?
Yes, I called him and he came with the bodyguards here.
Will you be seeking personal security detail going forward?
I have my own security, but I never thought this thing will happen. I never thought this thing will happen. So I just have to beef up.
And you said you have spoken to Mr. Motale. Obviously, he's obviously very shocked as well. How has he taken this incident? Mr. Kunene? We seem to have lost Mr. Kenny Kunene there. He just joined us on the phone line, giving us his reaction at breaking news. Bullets having been fired on the Sunday Independent editor Steve Motale's car. They reports that 5 bullets hit the car. Mr. Motale is reported to be safe. Motale's friend, Mr. Kenny Kunene, who was just on the phone line with us just now, was driving the car as Mr. Motale and Mr. Kunene had changed the cars. Once again, both Mr. Kunene and Motale are just fine. We're just talking to Mr. Kunene just as he was relaying the incident to us that happened a few minutes ago. They said it happened at a service station, and Mr. Kunene managed to take a video of the incident. He said the service attendants there managed to see what happened, and there will be witnesses to this case should it go forward, of course, if they are willing. He says he counted 12 bullet casings at the scene, and is actually at the police station, and they're going to move with the police and go to the scene of the crime as we speak.